This week's episode of the Man Whore Podcast is sponsored by Menagerie. Enjoy free shipping on some sexy men's lingerie when you use the promo code MANWHORE at buymenagerie.com. That's BYMENAGERIE.com. The Man Whore Podcast is sponsored this week by Stockings VR, a leader in virtual reality porn. Take advantage of their special holiday pricing of $19.95 a month from December 28th to January 28th by visiting stockingsvr.com. Now let's get to the show.
Welcome to the Man Whore Podcast.
Shout out to the women marchers and the foot fetishists who want to massage them. This is Billy Presida, and you're listening to the Man Whore Podcast. What's up, everyone? Hey, how you doing? Welcome to my show. If you are new to the podcast, this is a show where I usually talk to women I've hooked up with about sex and dating and love. However, this week's guest is not one of my past hookups. No. It's an old buddy of mine, fellow stand-up comedian Miguel Dalmau. Known him a long time, and I can't wait to share him with y'all in a bit. But first, just one show date to share with you right now. This Sunday, January 29th, I will be competing at Comedy Fight Club, doing a roast battle down on the Lower East Side at Lovecraft Bar. That's at 10 p.m. It's free if you want to watch me hurl insults at another individual as he says problematic things in return. Come on out. It's a good time. And you can also watch it live on Periscope at Comedy Fight every Sunday at 10 p.m. For other show dates and more, head on over to manwhorepod.com/comedy. This next one's not a comedy show, but I am hosting several speed dating events here in New York City through onspeeddating.com. So if you want to come out and meet some new singles or some eligible people, I don't like saying singles because they may not be single, but they're eligible. Sometimes I've had some women talk to me and maybe flirt with me after an event. And, you know, the question is, so do you have a girlfriend? And I want to say, well, are you inquiring about my availability or my relationship status? Because I do have a girlfriend and I'm available. But, you know, that's a little too complicated for the mainstream. If you want to meet some singles and maybe meet me as well as I'm hosting, go to manwhorepod.com/comedy. You'll see which events I am working myself. Or if you just want to try speed dating in New York City or Los Angeles or Austin, go to onspeeddating.com. Use the promo code Billy #5, Billy5 at checkout. You'll get $5 off your ticket. The next one I'm doing is February 8th. I am hosting the Black African Princess Speed Dating event, an event for Black women and the men who love them. Should be a good time. As always, go to manwhorepod.com for all your Man Whore podcast needs. You can sign up for that mailing list, people. I'm going to give y'all a big hint right now. Next month, we're doing a sex toy giveaway on the mailing list. You got to be on the mailing list if you want to win a free sex toy. Go to the website. You'll see a sign-up sheet on the right-hand side. Let's continue with happy notes. I want to announce the winner of my bonus episode giveaway. This is number 3 of 4. There's one more week left to win free access to all the Patreon bonus episodes. Hours and hours and hours of content. Dozens of bonus episodes you can get access to for free. Normally, it's exclusive to supporters of mine on Patreon for $5 and $10 a month or more, but you can win it for free if you go to manwhorepod.com/comedy. You'll find out how to enter to win. But this week's winner is Paula Voigt. I hope I'm saying your name right, but congratulations for winning. Thank you for being a grade A fan whore and participating. I love it when y'all participate in things. I love getting your emails. I love getting your tweets. Got this email titled New Patron Twitter Slut, which is a great title for an email. I'm excited to read that email. It's from Kenzie. She says, "Hey, Billy, I discovered your podcast via Multiamory, and then I got more interested when you mentioned Hacienda, which is where my East Coast partner sublets when he's in Brooklyn for work, and then I found out he knows your girlfriend and also a significant number of your guests, because even from one coast to the other, the poly/open community is the tiniest thing ever. And we all have 6 degrees of sexual separation, regardless of where we live. Kenzie, you're kind of right on that one, so I guess that makes you like my Eskimo sister twice removed or something? Right? So he says, I decided to become a patron because in the episode where you talked about subpar snacks on New Year's Eve, I related to that on such a spiritual level that I felt it was important to express that with my credit card. I look forward to the sexy haikus. Your friend in sluttiness, Kenzie. Oh, that was so sweet of you, Kenzie. Thank you so much for pledging your support on Patreon. This one also comes from a patron. Billy, I'm a huge fan of podcasts, and this summer I found Why Are People Into That? And subsequently found your podcast in August. I subscribed immediately, but I am weird and can't listen to podcasts out of order, so I started at episode 1 and worked my way through it. I finally caught up today and wanted to reach out. Holy shit, Charles, you must be exhausted. How are you even listening to my voice still? I really, truly have enjoyed listening to the podcast and have carefully shared it with a bunch of friends. It even created an absolutely hilarious discussion with some usually incredibly vanilla friends at their Friday night knitting circle about the mechanics, how exactly you fit 2 dicks into 1 mouth. I am surprised that this was a thing y'all had to ponder. 3 dicks in a mouth, you need to think hard on. 2 dicks, they're not monster cocks all the time. And it's appropriate as a knitting circle because, as most of you know, I am a knitter myself. He goes on, my wife and I have been together for nearly 15 years and married for more than 10, so we are coming from a very different place than your wacky escapades. But we have both really enjoyed listening and learning so much from your life and from the sexperts you've had on. I've just added my name to the Patreon subscribers. Hey. And I had an outrageous suggestion for you to consider. My wife and I are members of Trapeze here in which I'm assuming is their local sex club. And if you get to your $500 goal, we think it would be awesome if you and Paige came down. I was just telling my wife that after hearing you describe other clubs and some of their less impressive attributes, I think you'd really enjoy how nice everything is at Trapeze. We're also members of the Diamond Club within Trapeze and would be happy to show you around. Diamond Club sounds exclusive. That sounds pretty cool. Can't wait to get access to all the bonus episodes. Charles. Oh, well, thank you, Charles. That was very nice of you. And you see that, people? Because what he's mentioning is if we hit $500 a month, I'm going to travel around the country and I'll fly to go get podcast episodes with women I've hooked up with who don't live in New York. I can fly to Atlanta. I can fly to San Francisco. I can fly to Florida. I can fly to Dallas. But Charles, thank you for that. Charles also sent me a gift. First, he says, hey, what kind of pen do you use? And I'm like, I've never been asked that question. I said, it's just a Babeland Toys pen. He's like, can I have your address? I'm like, do you promise not to send me anthrax or show up at my doorstep? And he's like, I promise. Pinky square. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I get in the mail a few days later, a pen. And this is not just like he stuck a pen in an envelope. I mean, he paid probably too much money for a pen. It's from a company called Retro 1951 Writing Instrument Company. The pen came in a tube. Like, it has its own packaging. The packaging costs more than most pens that we buy. I could buy a pack of 20 pens for the amount this tube costs. And then there's this like very nice pen. It's the Joker. Not the Batman Joker, but like a playing card Joker. It's a nice pen. This is a nice pen, dude. I am going to use this. Thank you for that. It's also, I never thought in my life I would say someone bought me a nice pen. So that was cool. Both the last emails came from official fan whores on Patreon, and I just mentioned that I'm doing a bonus episode giveaway. Well, tomorrow I am releasing a bonus episode to my $10 and up patrons. The way the bonus episodes work is that, at $5 a month, you get 2 to 4 bonus episodes each month. And then at $10 or more a month, you get an additional bonus episode. So this full length bonus episode is with Lady Zombie professional dominatrix. You may remember her back from my old days on the show. She was, I think she was on in like the first year of my podcast, right? I asked her to come back. Some new things have happened. I want to play a teaser clip for all of you, about 5 minutes, where we talk about coming back to doming after a lapse. She got pregnant, so she stopped taking clients. And I was curious, well, like, you know, how's that work? Like, how do you get back into the swing of things? Well, she's about to tell you. So yeah, it went 6 months basically without taking clients, without pro-doming.
Yeah.
What was it like getting back into that? Was like your first session after a while weird?
It was great. It was like, yes, I'm here. Woo!
Felt like you had never been gone?
No, it definitely felt like I'd been gone. It was like, like, I don't know if you.
How do I tie this knot? I forget.
Do you smoke cigarettes or do you drink? Like whatever it is. I guess it's just been a long time since you've done anything that you enjoy.
Right.
The first time you do it again is you have a rush. You know, it's like getting back into anything that you've missed. I guess.
Well, if I go like a too long amount of time not doing stand up, I know I'll feel a little rusty.
Yeah.
So I didn't know if there would be anything like that. Like maybe your whip hand isn't as.
Maybe I was just.
Shed the blood of saints and prophets. Oh my gosh.
I don't know if this is picking up what we're talking about, but it's pretty funny.
But we're the twisted ones, right?
Yeah.
According to these people.
Yeah. Where's the opera? But maybe I think since maybe I'm a little more, are you okay? Is this okay? Maybe I'm a little less nasty.
A little less sadistic?
Maybe at that point, but I'm definitely as sadistic as I was before now.
Okay.
But I think in the first few sessions, I was just a little more like, oh, honey.
Hormones still kind of
for you?
Yeah,
hormones all the way up here. Yeah. And then like breastfeeding for a little over a year. So my hormones were just like, just going insane for a really long time. And now I'm level-headed again, I think.
Hey, Tony, how was Lady Zombie? She hadn't been in a game a bit. Oh, no, she was great and all, but you know what? Not as harsh as I remember her. She's kind of motherly.
Well, there are plenty who like that, too. And actually, that's not a fetish I tend to explore, you know?
Okay.
My diaper-wearing boys. No.
Were you able to like keep your client list? Everything was like cool? Like
they knew. I mean, yeah. I sent out, you asked me if I sent out an email blast. I did. I was just like, all right, guys, I'm going on leave now.
Right.
So I'll be back. And you can reach out to me then. And you know, once the period of time had gone by, the inquiry started. Hey, are you working again yet?
Yeah.
You know.
Did you get like nervous at all? Like that maybe people wouldn't come back or things would be different?
No, I mean, it's not like physically I haven't changed that much. You know, I was already curvy before. I'm maybe a little more plush now. So physically, if they were into me previously, I'm still, you know, their ideal dominatrix figure now. So I wasn't worried about that. I mean, it sucked to be away from the game for a period of time, but I wasn't even honestly thinking about that. I wasn't sitting at home like, oh no, I'm here doing this new thing and oh, I can't wait to get back into it. And while I couldn't wait to get back into it, it was still nice to just have time and focus on my family for a bit.
Okay.
So, but now I'm doing all of it.
I mean, I know I get anxious if I fucking stop doing a podcast for a month. I'd be worried everyone left me, you know, type of thing. But.
Well, I mean, for something like that, you really are building back into it. But I think like my events, you know, and my live performances and things like that. Like, oh no, are they going to replace me on this gig? Am I still going to have this gig? But am
I going to get paid or pain when I get back?
Yeah, and they were excited to have me back. While I was gone, Lisa Ann had joined the show, and I came on and I was working with her. I mean, they had subs for me, and I gave them like women that I've worked with and that I trust to sub for me, and that's still what happens. Like Heidi Knights is one of the doms that switches out with me when I can't do a show, and then if they're in another city, they have other mistresses and folks that they know, you know, like they did a show in Boston. They had another mistress in Boston.
I mean, so that thing you did like during that 6-month window, like you throw work to, if people were inquiring like, hey, are you working? Would you refer them to friends?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Now, what's like the code in like, you know, I know different types of sex work or different types of sex work, but like in terms of at least pro-doming, like, is there a loyalty that like you refer them to people you don't think are going to steal them, quote unquote, or?
I mean, it is what it is. Like that's a risk always, but the people that come to see a dominatrix regularly and they're spending their money on that, and that's something that they do, it's something that they need. So you can't really take that away, for an extended period of time and not expect them to go elsewhere, which is, it is what it is. I mean, I didn't lose any of my regulars.
Okay.
So that's good. But, and I have a newer clientele now anyway. I'm also not 21 anymore. You know what I mean? So the clients that were interested in having that 18 to 22 range dominatrix that pretty much are just into you because you're 18 to 22. I mean, those people aren't my clients anymore. I don't see any of those people.
Okay.
So as things change, I guess your clientele adjusts as well.
So if you want to hear the rest of that episode, go to patreon.com/manwhorepodcast. Come on in at the $10 or higher levels. You'll get access to that episode and dozens more. And if you want to check out Lady Zombie, go find her old episode on the feed, and you can go check her out on the internet. She's at Lady Zombie on Instagram, on Facebook. Just Google Lady Zombie. You'll see her, and you may even see the new baby zombie that she's got. But now for this week's guest, comedian Miguel Dalmau, old friend of mine, started comedy around the same time. So I've known him since I was in college. We're about the same age. His life definitely took a different trajectory, more family-oriented trajectory. You'll hear about that in a bit. We actually live streamed this episode. So if you follow me on Periscope at the Billy Presida, or if you like the Man Whore podcast on Facebook, you probably had an opportunity to watch this episode record live or to watch the replay, which I usually let the replay stay up for about 24 hours and then I take it down. So you were able to watch a video. Isn't that cool? So if you want to watch future live streams, which I'm going to keep doing more of, go like the Man Whore podcast on Facebook. That's going to be the best way to see it. But I had a great time catching up with Miguel. So he's got an interest. He had a wife that I didn't like. She seemed controlling. She kept telling him to quit doing comedy, even though he was cashing paychecks from comedy. I thought it was weird. Then he gets divorced. Then he goes to a strip club. Like I get like I forget what I was texting him or something. And he says, yo, I met this girl. She's amazing. I love her. And he's like super recently divorced. I'm like, where'd you meet her? Well, she's a stripper. It's like, okay, Miguel, that's cute. If that's what you need to get through the divorce, dude, that's fine. But, he's still with that woman. He's got a baby with that woman. And I've met Amy at this point several times. She's a wonderful woman. But, man, we get into it. We talk about his ups and downs with his relationships with these two women, with being a father, going through divorce. We also talk about some kinky stuff. We talk about, rape fantasies, cheating, some blood play for all you medical folk. This is a great episode. I had so much fun catching up with him. I only regret that we couldn't talk more and make a bonus episode. He had a show he had to run out to. By the way, if you're listening to this podcast on Spotify, he has a comedy album on Spotify. It's called Thank You, That's My Time. So definitely check that out. But for now, let's listen to me with fellow comedian Miguel Dalmau. We've known each other for, I don't know, a lot of years, and I still always can't seem to figure out, is it Dalmau or Dalmau? Dalmau.
Yeah. People, okay. That's the one thing. I used to go by Miguel Angel.
You did?
Yeah, because nobody could say Dalmau.
On stage you
on
went
stage,
like that?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
And it's funny because sometimes I'll still do like black rooms that I haven't done in a long time, and the host would be like, coming up to the stage, Miguel Angel. I'm like, I haven't been that in like 7 years. So I'll still do that.
You're going to have a guy like at your next wedding, he's going to be like, and my buddy, Miguel, hey man, how do you say it again?
Dalmau?
I know we've known each other since childhood.
Delman? Yeah, no, it's 6 letters, but people can never get it right, so it's all right.
Right.
It's fine.
Well, thanks for coming on the show, dude. For all y'all know it, I'm here with comedian Miguel Dalmau.
Hey.
He's a very funny comic. I've known him a long time, and he has a interesting relationship history.
Yeah.
For the 3/4 of his 20s he's lived thus far.
Yeah.
It's
I went back to back relationships. It
you also
crazy.
went back to back baby mamas.
Baby mom. Yes. The last two women I've had a relationship with, they both gotten pregnant. Third, anybody want to be a third? It's all good. Yeah. You date me, you get a baby out of it.
That seems to be the case.
Yeah.
No, but the first one was like planned, kind of. No.
Well, the first one was, I was married.
Right.
I was married, and it was a little bit like on her own accord. She was like, you know what, I'm gonna stop taking birth control. And, and then she got pregnant. She's like, I'm pregnant. So I was like, oh, well, we're married. So I guess, it wasn't really as much of a decision as I wanted it to be. But the baby was still, part of our lives. It still is a part of our lives. I know.
Yeah, I was about to say, did you ditch them?
Ditch the kid. So that was the first one. And then the second one was with Amy, my girlfriend now. And I don't know if you know this, but she couldn't have kids. So that's why I was surprised because at one point she was married. And she spent something like $90,000 on fertility treatment.
90 grand?
Yeah, and on everything, from shots to hormone treatment to everything. And, and her husband really tried. And then doctor told her, you're never going to have kids. I'm sorry. So she kind of got that out of her mind, and then we met and she was like, look, I want you to know I can never have kids. And I was like, hey, that's fine.
You're like, perfect. I hate condoms.
I hate condoms.
Yeah.
Oh, it was jackpot. It was the jackpot of women. A hottie who can't get pregnant. And, I was splooging. And then in April morning, she's like, I haven't gotten my period. And she took a pregnancy, a 99-cent pregnancy test. Because we didn't want to like go all out just in case it wasn't real. You know what I mean? So we did a 99-cent pregnancy test and it came out like blue. Like
I would never
that.
trust a 99-cent pregnancy test. I'd be like, do you have a $5.99 pregnancy test? That one I trust a little more.
I know, but it's like, it was funny because she's like, I can't be pregnant. So let's just do a joke one.
Right.
And that joke one was like, oh, and then we went to the right and got a real legit one that we like, we got a second opinion. And it was like, yeah, she's pregnant. And it was like, it's funny because I guess we should probably talk about how I met her.
We can do that.
Yeah, I met her at a strip club.
Yeah, not serving drinks necessarily.
No, she was straight up stripper. Like
the Akon song.
Yeah, she was like, what's funny though? Because like, I had just gotten divorced and it was legit a week after. Like
I remember
a week after.
It was very quick.
It was super quick.
If I can be real and apologize to your girlfriend, who I've met and is lovely, but when it initially happened, I knew that you were out of this marriage that you needed to be out of.
Yeah.
And you went off. You ended up in some strip club. Cool.
Yeah.
You met this girl, like, dude, I met this stripper.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah, that's cute.
If that's what you need as your rebound relationship, that's fine.
Yeah.
I just, years later, I'm like, it's still going on.
It's still going on. I'm still rebounding.
It seems real. It seems real.
No. You want to know something? Like, I even told her the other day, like, everything that happened to me could have gone completely south. Like, let's be honest. Like, I met a stripper. I got a stripper pregnant. But I got lucky that I met and we wound up having this baby with literally the best person I could have been with. Like
the best stripper possible.
Best stripper possible.
You could have ended up with a different stripper that night. Think of how bad it would have gone.
I know, right? If she hadn't come up to the table and, oh God, it could have gone south. But she doesn't do that anymore.
Right.
She's a stay-at-home mom now. Mm-hmm. She's super supportive. She's sweet. She's nice. She honestly, before she was a stripper, she was a chef. So I got my own personal chef at home who cooks like the most amazing meals ever and takes care of me and takes care of the baby. Like
Trump's America.
Trump's America 2017, baby. Oh my God, it happened today.
Oh God.
Oh dear God. Talk about getting fucked. So we met and honestly it's been great. It's over 2 years now.
Yeah.
The baby's 1 and it was a whirlwind.
How soon after meeting did she get pregnant?
Let me see. We met in November and she was pregnant by March, April. So it was like 5 months. Yeah. So we've had a baby longer than we didn't know each other very well yet. 5 months to be like, oh, the crap, we're having a baby. Right. It's like we hardly know each other. So what was great was like, there was a moment where it was a little turbulent. Like we didn't know if we were going to be together now. It's realistic. Like we didn't know if we were going to make it.
Yeah.
And then when we found out we were pregnant, it became like, okay, well, we have to make this work. And
there was no considering not having the kid.
No.
Because she was like, this is a miracle baby.
Yes. I mean, and to her credit, she was even like, look, I know you just got out of something. You have a baby. If you want, no guilt, I can disappear, raise this baby on my own, and you never have to hear from us again. I promise you, I won't intervene. I won't stop you from following your dreams. And a part of me was like, yo, that's pretty cool of her to be like, hey, I want you to know you don't have to, but I was never going to be like, nah, oh, cool. Yeah. Thanks for giving me a cop out. Do you know what I mean? Like I love her And, and it only adds to our family. So sorry that we're starting a family a little bit sooner than we thought. But it was honestly, it's been a great thing for our relationship. Like, we got closer than I thought we would have been if we had just been partying and drinking and fucking. I think, it was a lot better for us to get to know each other on a human level.
Right. I don't know. My girlfriend's got an IUD, and there was a heavy interrogation process when she wanted to go to no condoms. When
Really?
She's like, "Hey, how do you feel about like maybe switching off condoms?" And it was like what are the things? What do you have? What are the chances? What happens if you do?
Yeah.
Because
that I almost bravo to your girlfriend to be like, I'm not just gonna let any dude in me. Like, even if I am being safe, I'm gonna be double safe.
well, I mean, we're in this like whole crazy slutty sex world. She has enough partners that I like really couldn't. It's not a good idea,
right,
to just like raw dog with whomever.
Yeah. It's funny. It was the same thing with her because she was like, let's use a condom, and then I was like, can we not use? And I'm okay. At first, I was like, oh, can we not use a condom? And she goes like, no, I don't want to use a condom. Like, I always want to use a condom with you. And I was like, why? Like, shouldn't I be more concerned? You're the stripper. And she goes like, please, you're the dude who's on tour with Carlos Mencia. Like, you're the dirtier of the two. Like I know where I've been. I'm like, that's a good fucking point, actually.
That's a great point.
That's a great point.
Who knows what you even just got from him?
Exactly.
No.
Yes. Yeah. That's. You only knew. Like,
okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
But did you love her at the point that she was pregnant, or did you fall in love with her after she was pregnant?
I was
truly not in that moment where you like that puppy dog. You go like, no, I do love her. Let's stay. But like truly in your heart.
Okay. So when we first met, I was over the moon in lust with her. I mean, look, the first time I met her, like, she was naked and sexy and beautiful. By the way, today, sexy, beautiful, tattooed all over and everything. And I've never seen a woman that I was just like in awe of. I was like, oh my God, this girl is beautiful.
Right.
So the 5 months, was nothing but fucking and all that stuff. And it was a lot of lust. Do you know what I mean? And then when she got pregnant, it became like, you know what? I think there's more than just lust here. I think there's enough for us to really build on. And then little by little, the less, honestly, the less we fuck, which by the way, we still fucked a lot during the pregnancy, but the more we got to know each other, I was like, yo, I got lucky. Like, I wasn't just blinded by the looks. I actually saw something in this person, and she saw something in me. And honestly, like, it went from lust to love, but it could have gone the other way, like I said. But it really was just like, the second I found out she was pregnant, it was really like a light, like, okay, like, do you love this person? And I, did the whole checklist of everything she is. And I was like, yeah, man, this is somebody you can really love and be with. So,
because you got to know, you can't just say, I love you. That's the ultimate. You can't say, I love you if you don't mean it.
Yeah. Although, I'm be honest with you, before her, love used to be a word that I threw around just to get in bed. Honestly.
You were that guy?
I was totally
Miguel.
that dude. Oh, I was a scumbag. I was a scumbag. I fit my personality to be what I thought a woman wanted me to be. I mean, I was when I'm in my dating days, I was a pathological liar and just a dude who'd be like, yo, I love you. I just want you to know, like, you're the greatest thing ever. I feel bad though.
You're the TV character we all hate.
Yeah, I am. But I'm the last episode of How I Met Your Mother, Barney Stinson, where after he has the baby, he's like, I'm gonna love you more than I've ever loved any woman. Do you know what I mean? Like, he changed at the end. So I kind of feel like myself, like, I've gone through this metamorphosis where I used to be a scumbag. I used to be a dude who just look at women and be like, I want to fuck her, and her. But since meeting Amy, fall in love, and also change my whole mindset on women, on life in general. Like, I honestly, I'm thinking I got to go on an apology tour.
Yeah.
Like, I honestly, maybe, instead of doing like guys we fucked, maybe I should do a podcast called Sorry I Fucked You.
I'm so
like,
sorry.
Yeah, not like sorry I fucked you, but sorry I tricked you into fucking. Like, you know what I mean?
I'd listen to that. It'd be like, look, if all those shitty things you wanted to say about me, here's your opportunity. Which I've tried to let this show be that, but I can't. All the ones who do have bad things to say about me won't do the show. I'm like, you have an opportunity to insult me to thousands of people to say, like, you're a piece of shit, Billy. This is the opportunity.
That'd be the best thing, just to have every girl to be like, honestly, I thought more girls would take advantage of that and be like, I hate you for these reasons.
It's only been a couple, but the very few who have had like negative things to say about me, they were such unlikable people. So like the sympathy ended up being on my side. There are like some early episodes in there with like this like really bratty FIT chick from Long Island, right? There's like a Jersey girl who's annoying. So you go like, Sounds like Billy did shitty things, but she sounds like a shitty person.
Yeah. But you know what's funny? Because you're talking about how you go to sex parties and stuff like that. It seems like you've grown up to be someone who is you less fuck just to fuck whatever, but you're more, I guess, like aware of what you're doing now. Does that make sense? Because I think when you're younger, you're just like, oh man, like as a dude,
Like I'm not just trying to get it in just to get it in.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I've rarely been. I think towards the end of college and after college, I stopped wanting to fuck just because my dick told me to.
Yes.
I wanted to fuck because I wanted to fuck that person.
Yes.
You know, I don't even have to like their personality much, but I gotta want to fuck. I want it to be like a mind decision, not a dick decision.
That is, yeah. That's where I'm at now. Do you know what I mean? Right. Where like, you know, now with my girlfriend, and the funny thing is that she'll go, you're on the road all the time. I'm sure you're going to want to fuck other women. I'm like, I'll be honest with you, like, no. And on top of that, my girlfriend is such a freak that she makes the things I want to do in bed almost unspeakable to normal women.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? Because there's no way that a normal woman, can we talk about anything?
You talk about, yeah.
All right, well, if she's watching, I'm sorry. There's no way that a normal woman would let me do what my girlfriend, like, I choke hard.
Sure.
Hard to the point where it's almost life-threatening. And Amy's like, a little harder, bitch. You know what I mean? Like I am into some violent stuff now. And it's nice to live that duality where, like, you know, people see me as a presentable dude, that's great. But in the bedroom with my girlfriend, I like that I can let go of my inhibitions and just be myself. Like, there is nothing better than when you find a woman who's like, hey, whatever you are, when that door closes, be it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? That's why, like, me and her watched like 50 Shades of Grey to see what the big deal was about. And we're like, this is the most tame bullshit I've ever. This is definitely lonely house mom sex.
For something that is so rapey, it's so tame.
It's so tame. It's the tamest rape I've ever seen in my life. Like, it's so that's what I like about our relationship. It's we have this baby and we have everything going on, but we have never let our sex life like drop. Right. Like, I still feel as excited to have sex with her as like the first time. And by the way, I'm not just saying this to be like, oh, is she watching whatever.
It's
like,
not just,
it's like she's probably watching everything because she's fucking like, you know, all obsessed with how handsome I am. But and she's beautiful. I was saying, yeah. So that's what
there's a level of vulnerability that you can be what you need to be in there,
and
it's not going to be judgments. You can't go in. It's hard to go in with a new partner, and you know the sex will be good without it. But to really have that dope sex, you need to sometimes say, "Here are some elements I need.
Yes.
Like I need you to put this in there."
Yeah,
and you know sometimes you can't bring that on the first one.
Yeah, and I honestly, I've never been with someone this long. Well, I guess sexually, I mean, because you know when I was married, I was married, and then she's very religious, so sex became like almost a taboo in our own home. Do you know what I mean? Like it became like if we were gonna be intimate, it was the most bland missionary yada yada yada. And if I brought up something like, hey, you know what would be cool? How about if she's like, oh my God, is that what you're into? And honestly, when you tell your partner, hey, this is what I like, and they go, oh my God, there's nothing worse than that, because you're like, yo, I've agreed to open myself to you, and this is something that's in my head, and you won't even accept me. Like, how can I be with you?
And you have to wake up next to them for so many mornings.
Yes.
It's one thing when it's like a new sexual partner, a chick on Tinder, someone you fuck somewhat often. Yeah. But when it's like the woman you married, the mother of your child, and you're like, she thinks that's disgusting.
Yeah.
That's, you know,
makes
you rethink that decision.
Oh, absolutely. Because like I hate people who are like, you know, oh, well, we're together and we love each other. I'm like, listen, it doesn't matter how much you respect and love each other. If your bedroom life isn't everything you want it to be, you're going to go look for it somewhere else. Uh-huh. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's what I like about what I'm in, because I don't need to search something else, because like every gross thing I come through on Facebook, like it's funny because like she'll not Facebook, like Pornhub or whatever. It's funny because like I'll tell her, like, she'll be like, oh, what did you watch this weekend? And I'm like, because I'll be on the road, I'm like, all right, I watched this kind of porn. And then the next weekend I'm on the road, she'll send me like 4 clips of things that she's like, hey, maybe you'll enjoy this. I'm like,
my girlfriend does that too.
Like, what a great girlfriend.
She becomes your own like Spotify discovery for porn.
Discover Weekly.
Well, I want to get into the crazy shit in a bit, but first, so we've covered the awesome current relationship. Okay. Let's cover the ex-wife who I never liked.
Okay. Oh, nobody liked her.
Nobody did.
Nobody did.
We'd be on the stoop of Eastville.
Yeah.
Waiting 17 hours to sign up for the open mic, and you tell me about this woman, I'd be like, all right. I remember when you said you guys were engaged, I'd be like, in my head, I'm like, all right, if you want. This didn't sound like a good idea to me from day one. Oh
man, it was okay.
Let's start. Where'd you meet this woman? You're from here in Queens.
From Woodhaven, Queens, and I went to school in Ozone Park, Queens. and I met her in high school. In high school, she was dating a friend of mine. So it wasn't like, I was interested in her. I was like, oh, there she is. I know who she is. Then after high school, I was at a bar randomly, and across the bar I was like, oh shit, hey, what's up? I know you, aren't you, George's ex-girlfriend or whatever? So yeah, and then from then on we just started talking and chilling, and it moved really fast because she's Muslim. Yeah. So she was 22, 23 at the time, so was I. And in her culture, it's like, listen, I don't believe in dating too much. I believe that if I'm going to be with someone, it's going to have to progress to marriage. And then after we can get engaged, it had to move to engagement, after we get engaged, it has to move on to marriage. So it was very quick. So from meeting to, almost like she kind of was like, so where's this going? And I was like, well, I like you, but I don't think we're like, really doing too well, whatever. And it became a lot of like, well, I just want you to know, like, I'm not going to wait around. I'm 22. I got plans to have a baby by 25, this and that. And, as a young person, you kind of like, I don't know, to say I was brainwashed is not the right word. I was just kind of pushed into something that I was like, well, I mean, if she wants to marry me this bad, maybe it's not a bad idea, because maybe we do need to get married. Maybe we should. I'm 22, and things, I guess, do need to progress at a certain pace. I didn't know, what my pace was. So that's why we got engaged and we got married. So after a year of meeting each other, we were already married. And then 3 months after being married, she was pregnant. So it just like moved before I could actually be like, whoa, time out. Like, what just happened? So it all just moved so fast. And yeah, and it became
she
like... She
was always on your case.
Always.
But like when you were dating, while you were engaged, while you had the kid.
Why are you doing comedy? Why are you going out?
That drove me nuts. She kept wanting you to quit comedy.
Yes.
And like, of all the people, like,
That's right. I spoke to you.
We talked about this so many times.
New York Comedy Club.
So many times I bitch about this. It was like, there's so many comics that like we'd be at open mics with or whatever with, and most won't make it.
Yeah.
Me possibly included.
He's doing fine.
Who knows?
He's doing fine.
But it was like you were already getting stuff. Like you were getting some road work. Like you were.
I was getting past at clubs. Yeah,
you were getting paid to do comedy, and she wants you to quit. I'm like, what? He's like on the actual trajectory.
This is funny. I remember this is a specific conversation with you. I came to New York Comedy Club. It was an open mic, and I was depressed. And you go, and we had the conversation about my wife. Sure. And then you go, did she tell you again to quit? And I was like, yeah. And you go, what's the timeline? I was like, if I don't get something in 6 months, she wants me to quit. 3.5, maybe a month later, I got my first ever TV appearance, and then you saw me again.
Guess
and then
who
you
calls
go,
it?
yeah, he called it, and then you go, does she still want you to quit? And I go, yeah, even more now.
It's like, what more do you want?
I'm like, you gave me a timeline to get a TV appearance. I got a TV appearance, and she was still like, well, I don't want you.
It's not a real TV.
It's not a real. It's Access TV. I'm like, it's a real fucking credit. Like I got paid for it. Like it's a real credit. So that's
Should take whatever meal out of her mouth. Be like, well, that TV appearance paid for that meal. So
I should have snatched her Louis Vuitton bag, which is what she did with that money that I got for her. Yeah, she went out and bought herself a Louis Vuitton bag. That's what she did with all the money that I got. Like if I do a college and I get like $1,500 and I'll deposit it in the bank, like she'll get an alert, and then like if I was still on the road the next day, she'd be like, oh, I went to the mall today, and I'm like, no, stop. Are you serious? I was like, I had plans for that money. She's like, well, we're married, so what's mine is yours. And I was like, oh man, like I didn't even get a chance to enjoy that fucking money. Mm-hmm.
And so what caused the eventual divorce?
The eventual divorce came with me legit being fed up. You know what I mean? I was traveling with Carlos Mencia, and every time was like, what are you doing? Where are you at? When are you going to quit? Like, you're never going to be anything. You're a loser. And then I had a weekend where I spoke to Carlos on a very real level, and he goes, I'm with a woman, his wife, who loves me. She loves, he talked about it for a while. He had a drug problem. And when, the stealing joke things happened, and he spoke about how every step of the way, his wife was his rock. She was with him the entire time. And then he goes, is that how you feel about your wife? And I was like, no, not at all. Is that what a marriage is supposed to be? And he's like, yeah, you're lost. And, it was the first, honestly, like I didn't grow up with a father figure in my life. Mm-hmm. So it was the first time that a guy actually sat me down and didn't give me like the, man, you need to leave that bitch advice. He was like, how do you feel about her? And I was like, I'm not happy. Like she makes me feel less than. She makes me feel like I'm nothing. And then he goes, then I think you know what you have to do. And, I came back home after that weekend and I sat her down and she was like, okay, what's wrong with you? Like, you look like you got something to say. I was like, I want a divorce. And, like the one thing that about divorce that I've always said, couples who aren't happy, divorce isn't a one-time conversation and then you agree on it. Divorce is almost like chicken. It becomes like car chicken, where you go, I want a divorce, and you kind of come to each other on a conversation, and then after a while, it becomes, well, if you're asking for a divorce, well, no, I'm not asking for a divorce. You're asking for a divorce, and it's like, no, I'm not asking for, because nobody wants to be the one.
No one has to deliver the papers.
Exactly. Yeah. So then you veer off, and then you don't collide. So finally, she saw that I wasn't veering. I was going to head on to this divorce, and then her tone that day changed. Like, she was like, don't leave me. I can see. I was like, no, I want a divorce. And I just, everything she said, I want a divorce. It became like the soundtrack to my house for like 8 hours. I want a divorce. I just kept saying,
what do you want for breakfast? I want a
divorce.
divorce.
I want a divorce with a side of never seeing your ass again. Like,
and that Louis Vuitton bag for lunch.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So it just kept going into that. And then she told me, and it became so horrible because, the baby was there and the baby's like crying. He's only 2 at the time. So I think he can sense that something's not right. He wasn't really being as chatty as he normally is or whatever. And then after like a long time of discussing this, she goes, you got 30 minutes to get your shit out of here or else I'm calling the cops. And I was like, done. Like, you know what I mean? And I grabbed my son and I was like, I love you. I'm not leaving you. I'm coming back. I promise. So most of my time was just me like justifying, like, I can't keep being here, which made me feel like such a horrible person.
Throwing a memory into his ear, just like, be there.
I'll be there. I'm going to be here. I promise you. And it was so horrible because the misery that I felt made me feel guilty. Like, how selfish are you that you're miserable, but you don't want to stick around for him? Do you know what I mean? Like, what kind of horrible person does that? You know what I mean? And I just at the same time, I was like, I know that if I stayed with this woman, I would have killed myself. That's how miserable she made me. That's how little she made me feel every day of my life. And I called one of my, it's funny, at a time when you're the most desperate, you can tell who your real friends are. I called 3 comedians and I was like, hey, can I come stay with you? My wife and I it seems like we're getting divorced. And they were like, damn, dog, tonight isn't good. Can we do it tomorrow? And I was like, you know what? Don't worry about it, man. Called 3, same thing. Dog, don't worry about it. And then I called my buddy Jose, who's actually the guy I'm staying with this weekend.
Okay.
And this is how I know that he's the one friend that I can actually, like, you can look at and be like, damn, you are a friend. I called him and I was like, hey, man, I know we haven't spoken in a few months and I'm sorry about that. But me and my wife are getting divorced. I have a couple of luggage. I know you have a car. Is there any chance I can come stay with you for 3 weeks? And his only thing was, yeah, I'm on my way. And came to pick me up. That's how I know. I was like, oh, God, I got a friend. Thank God. Because, when people keep rejecting you at a moment where you're the most needed, it makes you feel like, Jesus Christ, like, I need someone, right?
Yeah.
That's the thing. That's how you know as a dude we're not treated. Because if a woman had called any of her girlfriends, they would have been like, I am there at any moment. But as a dude, they're like, yeah, we don't give a fuck. You'll be all right. You know what I mean? So he was there and I left that house. And since then, like, I've just been I was trying to figure everything out. But that was like, that day was it's so hard to say, I want to divorce. You think a breakup is hard? To say, yo, I want to leave this family because I am going to kill myself because of you was like, it was a weight lifted off my soul.
And this is at what age? Like 24, right?
25 going on 26. Yeah.
So at 25, you kind of already crunched in like a few, like 4-ish, 5 years, you had crunched 10, 15 years of grown man shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why I always felt like it makes sense that you're doing well, like that you have like a career in comedy. It makes sense that like, yeah, you've got kids, but like, I don't want to rag on you much for having 2 kids at your age because I'm like, he's like in a grown, like me, we're the same age. Right? I'm not nearly like an adult person like you are sometimes, because you've gone through some shit.
Yeah. Well, I've had to grow up. Like,
that'll force you.
You're 28?
I'll be 28 in a few months.
Yeah. Are you going through a point right now where you're kind of going through a reflective point in your life where you're like, yo, I need to like figure out.
I just quit my day job like 2 months ago.
Are you serious?
Like, to hopefully make all this shit work.
Good,
right,
man.
So it's like, that's exactly what I'm going through.
Good.
Better fucking work.
Yeah. But I'm at that point now where I'm like, I'm doing two weird reflections. I'm going, 1, where the next 10 years of my life lead, and 2, what the fuck was the last 28 years that I lived through? Yeah. So it's a weird point in my life where I'm like, okay, I got to think of my future. I got to think of my comedy. I got to think of my kids. My first thing is I got to think of them. And the last thing was like, okay, and now also because of them, I need to figure out what the fuck those last 28 years were to make sure that I don't mess them up like that because I have a lot of fucking baggage. You know what I mean? Like I've been really reflecting on stuff and I realized like, because I always pushed away like my childhood, like, oh, it happens to kids. And then not realizing that I had a pretty bad childhood And I just kept pushing all that down. I need to figure that out before it comes to the point where I have to give my children advice. Because right now they're little.
Yeah.
Right now it's keeping them alive.
Right.
But there's a point when they're going to come up to me for advice, and I got to be like, okay, my advice better be good and not some, hey, pull out. You know what I mean?
I feel, by the time your oldest kid wants advice, you're
Yes.
going to be what, like 35-ish
35.
probably.
Yeah.
And think about some of the 35-year-old comics we know.
Yes. Oh,
With
dear
no
God.
kids, right? Like-
It's just like still getting drunk every night, still doing cocaine. I'm like, dude, you're 35. Clean it up.
Yeah.
Clean it up. Unless you're still doing what you do. You're still doing what you do.
I do no drugs.
Really?
I've never been a drug guy.
You have a very drug face, though. You look like you did coke before this episode.
Dude, you have no idea. In college, everyone would ask me for drugs.
Yeah.
They'd be like, hey, do you know where I can get weed, where I can
Yeah.
get coke? I'd be like, I don't do drugs. They'd be like, yeah, but like I feel like you know where to get them.
That is exactly what you do.
And it came to a hint. And granted, like I was involved in illegal shit. Like I was an underground poker dealer.
that,
I
yeah.
dealt fake IDs all 4 years
That's
of
awesome.
college, which I hope the statute of limitations is now passed on that.
Yeah.
And
Hopefully, I don't know
It came
anybody
to-
out there can tell us.
it came to a head when like I had one dude in like a science class of mine said like, hey, do you know where I can get some H? And I'd be like, you better fucking mean hoagies.
Yeah.
Because, he wanted me to get him heroin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, here's the number. Good luck. But fucking,
But you kind of knew someone then.
I mean, yeah, like I do. I kind of knew someone who maybe could get him.
See? So you
a
do seem like
drug
the kind
face.
of... Yeah.
No one's ever phrased it like, you have a drug face.
You have a drug face. Not like you
love
used it, but you definitely been around it.
No, like I have like a little thing of weed. The last guest I recorded where she gave me like a little thing.
God,
not
we're
to
gonna-
reach into your crotch.
No,
but, like,
do it.
A little like part. I don't know if you can. There it is. Like
There it is.
this much weed, and I don't know what that is.
Jeez.
I don't know how much it is. I don't know
Yeah,
how
man,
much
this
it
is
goes
horrible.
for.
Oh,
I don't know
sorry.
what kind it is, and I barely know how to smoke it.
Oh, that's... Yeah, damn, you know what's weird? Like, you do have your vices, but at least you don't have all the vices.
Yeah, like my vice is gambling, food, and fucking. Like that's okay, people. I need to tell you a bit about this week's sponsor, Menagerie. Menagerie, well, it's lingerie for the fellas. This isn't any old thing that I'm hawking here because they paid me some money. I am a customer of Menagerie. Yeah, when it comes to lingerie, ladies, I get it now. I used to think lingerie was annoying. It was kind of steps in the way of the goal. Women would tell me, look, it's not for you. I'm wearing this for me so I can feel sexy. And I would just like roll my eyes and be like, whatever. Then I came across this website, Menagerie, by Menagerie.com. And I've never seen anything like this before. I've never seen sexy lingerie made for men. So I was curious and I bought one. I bought this really cute thing and it was high-waisted because, I have the body type that I have. And it was like a long boxer shorts, but they're lace and it has this intricate, beautiful lace pattern. And I remember, and I wanted to surprise, I bought it because I wanted to surprise Paige. And then they came in the mail and I put them on. I wanted to try on, make sure they fit. And I snug myself up and then I start rolling the high waist up. And then I went and looked at myself in a mirror. And I'm like, I look hot. Oh my gosh, this feels sexy. I instinctively just ran my hands down my body and down my thighs. I was like, is this what lingerie is supposed to be like? Ladies, I get it. I will never make fun of you for wearing lingerie again, but I will make fun of you if you do not hook your man up with some Menagerie. And right now, Menagerie is offering a special deal to all Man Whore podcast listeners. You can get free shipping on your order when you use the promo code MANWHORE at checkout. Head on over to buymenagerie.com. Buy your fella something sexy for that Valentine's Day that's coming up. This is one purchase you will not regret. It's got my personal Man Whore stamp of you fucking need this. So visit buymenagerie.com. Use the promo code MANWHORE at checkout. That's buymenagerie, BYMENAGERIE.com. If you're enjoying your new virtual reality headset, maybe you got one for the holidays or maybe you even bought one for yourself because, hey, girlfriend, you deserve it. Then you need to visit stockingsvr.com. Stockingsvr.com is the leading virtual reality site dedicated to stockings and lingerie adult content. Super sexy videos they got on that site. I checked them out myself. I did a late night research session with some lotion and lube. It's not, it's not masturbation. I think it's just called market research. StockingsVR.com, it puts you right in the middle of the action with some of the most beautiful models in cyberspace. So if you're having fun with your VR headset and are interested in virtual reality porn, StockingsVR.com has got to be your next destination. And today, January 25th, this is the last day to enjoy their special holiday pricing of $19.95 a month. If you're hearing this after January 25th, you should still go get a membership. But today, the 25th, is your last day to enjoy the special holiday pricing. Check out StockingsVR.com. Now back to the show.
I've gotten rid of a lot of mine, though. I really have.
So what were yours?
Oh, drinking.
Drinking?
Drinking. I had oh my God, like so much drinking. After my divorce, a lot of weed. I still smoke. I still smoke now, but definitely toned back on it. And I honestly, the sex was a lot. Like during my teen years and then 20s, and even I might not to say like I'm a good person, but even when I was married, I was still chasing tail.
Did you ever cheat on the ex-wife?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll be honest. Yeah. I cheated on her, and it was not a very proud moment of mine. You know what I mean? I cheated on her with someone I met on the road, and honestly, I don't want to make excuses, but it was just for once. It was just it was somebody who wasn't bringing me down, who wasn't calling me stupid. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? So I mostly was emotional about it. It wasn't like I'm gonna fuck this girl because she's here. It was like, oh man, you're not calling me stupid, and you're not calling my dream stupid. Like and I messed up and I cheated. You know what I mean? And honestly, but this is the one time like like I said, I've never been a really good dude in a relationship. So in other relationships, I had cheated. I'm not gonna act like I'm a good dude. I'm gonna be real with you. But the other time was cheating because it was like, yo, I'm gonna go out, I'm gonna meet this girl, I'm gonna get drunk or whatever.
Before the ex-wife, all that time you were like a dumb teenager.
Yeah, I was a dumb teenager.
Into perspective.
Yeah, I was just going around, I meet a girl, whatever, and then but then it was just sex. But then,
so it was only the one time.
Yeah. Okay. But that time, it wasn't even like I cared for this person. It was like, oh God, you're not being mean to me.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And that's one of the things too that kind of ate away at me. It's like, oh, now I got this secret in my marriage, and this sucks because, like, honestly, I don't even know if she was also miserable. So I don't even know. I don't want to put on her like maybe she cheated on me, but I'm thinking like she was also miserable. I don't think she was also as upfront about everything too, but I don't know. And that's why, like, now that I'm in this relationship, now like that whole mentality is completely gone, because like I said, like now my needs are being fulfilled, not just sexually but emotionally, and everything. That it's like, yo, like when you are with someone that completes the whole thing, it's a lot easier to be like, yeah, we're gonna do this for a while,
Rocking, man.
Yeah.
So you mentioned some crazy shit.
Okay. In passing, I said something real quick.
No, throughout the whole thing, there's one thing you didn't say, but I knew about. Then you said violent stuff like the choking. There's just gross things. That you're into, and then you also mentioned the road things. You guys are like a monogamous relationship, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I do remember. Do you mind if I mention the request you had made a while?
No.
Years
Oh
ago?
yeah. About doing the party. Yeah, we want to go to the party.
Yeah. So you got, and I also like you said we were at like a comedy festival in like Michigan.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, Amy and I want to go to a party.
Yeah.
Like a sex party.
Yeah.
Can you help us get in? And you have been the only male comic who's come up to me because I get asked that a lot.
Yeah.
And I'm just like no, because what happens is if I refer at the way the party I go to works,
right.
if I refer someone, it gets like marked down because they have like a list, right?
Yeah.
So it gets marked down who refers them. So if you go to a party, fuck something up,
that's
like
good.
it's on me.
Yes. Yeah, that was actually, it was funny because like we were actually gonna go to the very next party after we found out, like we were like, oh, we're gonna go in the May one because you had sent an invite. We talked to them. They got back to us like, cool.
Oh,
we were gonna like buy our outfits. We're gonna buy like nice underwear. We were like going in, right? And we even said like, maybe like to her, like maybe if you want, like if you find a girl that's cute, like I would love to watch. She was like, let's do this. And then we found out we were pregnant. And then 2 weeks later, she even brought up, she was like, I was really looking forward to that sex party. I was like, I know, me too, kind of. She's like, I'm not gonna go as a pregnant like woman now. And I'm like, well, you're not even showing. You still look hot as hell. So I was still kind of like, come on, our last ride. But no, we wound up not going because of it. But if she hadn't gotten pregnant, we definitely would have been at the next party.
Sure. So wait, what's this crazy shit that you're into that's so absurd that women would go ugh?
Well, we haven't done it in a while because we've had a baby and and now we have a roommate. Oh my God, if the roommate's watching, she better like.
Oh, it's Amy. Take it, babe. LOL. Now I don't know Amy's saying, "Take it, babe." I don't know what she's
I don't know what you
referring
mean.
to.
So do you want me to mention the sex thing or like? All right, I'll mention the sex thing.
Or
All
is she
right.
bending you over and saying, "Take
no,
it"? I
No,
don't
no.
know.
Oh yeah, no, she doesn't give it to me like that. Well, okay, once, but
Once?
like, yeah, once, but it hurts. It fucking hurts.
With like a strap on?
No, she just got one and just like a dildo.
She's got like a dildo.
Yeah, she has once, and it just like
Maybe it was too big.
yeah, it was. I think it was. I think
Yeah.
we just need to like downgrade a little bit.
Yeah, downgrade. Hold on. Wait, grab,
You got one?
Grab like something like more manageable.
Yeah.
Like a this.
That's fine.
This
You know what I
is
mean?
easy.
That's doable.
Yeah, this
That's
is
very
actually-
doable. But the
I love that. I love the features where I'll just like grab my sex toys and throw them out.
the one thing though that I was fucking a turn on when she first brought it up was blood play.
Right.
Blood play. She was like, yeah. She was like, you don't like blood at all?
There was I talked about this a few months ago. One of the last couple of parties, it was the December one. It was medical play themed. So there was
that's awesome.
lots of.
Ooh, wait, no, see that many people that grosses me out.
Well, like it's a party with like it's like 3 levels, and there was like one room that was dedicated to like they had a doctor who like he is a doctor in the scene.
Yeah.
So like he was like watching over all the blood stuff. So they were doing needles. One guy had his balls injected with saline so that it would get to balloon out to be like, I'm not even exaggerating, ball sack got to be like this big, right? And then he just walked around like his balls weren't ginormous.
Yeah.
Or like one person, this one irked me out the most. Like, do you boo boo? But there was like a gender confirmation scene.
Okay.
Like anything with needles, knives, blood, whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to be open minded.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to watch this.
Yeah.
So there's a trans woman lies down, and the doctor and her partner are like they're gonna tuck her testicles up inside her, and then like sew up the scrotum to look like labia.
Wow.
And as soon
you
as
got to see a transformation?
they weren't like actually cutting anything, but they were
Right.
making like appear for like temporarily. And but as soon as I saw the first hint of blood on a ball sack, I was like, I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
That is a little much. I mean, I probably wouldn't be able to go that far, but
Blood in general just like ekes me out.
yeah, but when she brought it up at first, I was like, you're very advanced in sex, and and all this stuff. And she was like, well, how do you want to go about it? And I was like, I don't want to cut you. I don't want to do that. I mean, your body's beautiful, and you have all these tattoos, so I don't want to like cut you. So I was like, how about if I just get like a needle and a vial, and we do this like a little bit more medical, and I pop the lid off the vial like it's like a bottle of champagne, and we do it this way. And honestly, it was hot, like it was sexy, and I've never been more hard in my life than when her blood is on me and on her. And I know, but by the way, this is what I say: never done it before.
This is her fetish, right?
It was her fetish, but it became like our thing, which is
Okay.
good because she's never done it with anyone. I've never done it with anyone.
Oh, so she'd only been fantasizing about it. She had never done it in practice.
yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
And then I would tell you this right now. I don't think I'll ever do it with somebody after, but I know with her, I'm like, it is fucking hot. Like, I don't know. I think my thing
What do you do with the blood?
Well, I put it on her, or I'll drink a little of it, or we'll,
drink it?
Yeah, I drink it. Yeah. Like, yeah, I know it's crazy.
You animal.
I'm an animal. But again, it's everything animalistic that's inside me. That lizard brain can come out when I'm with her, and that's what's great about it. I have a very big violent sex fantasies, and they're able to come out in her
Like rape fantasies?
Yes, absolutely. She's done a thing where she's like, make pretend you're busting down through that door, and I don't want to know about it, and just take me or whatever. And we've like, it's honestly, it's hot. Now, I feel bad because this whole, like it only contributes to rape culture. I'm like, listen, I would never do that. But
Yeah.
if I have a consenting woman who's like, hey, this is what I want, and this is what you want, let's do it all.
And it does not contribute to rape
I
culture.
feel
It's
very-
not at all. It's not.
I feel very uneasy about it, honestly, to speak about it because I never want anybody to feel that, you know what I mean, and to have that happen to them. But then at the same time, it's kind of weird to be like, but that's like a fantasy. It's a very weird place to be right now.
Yeah. It would be role playing Donald Trump, like spanking Donald Trump or fucking around with Donald Trump. That's not contributing to anything else either. That's just whatever weird thing.
Yeah, I want to slap him too, but not even in a kinky way. Just a lot of slapping Donald Trump.
Yeah, no, I don't. I've never thought that rape fantasies contribute to that. I think
Yeah,
that's not. You know what contributes to rape culture?
Rape. That's a good point.
Rape
That's a
contributes
good
to
point.
rape.
Real
culture.
rape.
You know what? Rape jokes contribute to rape culture? No. Rape contributes to rape culture.
Yeah, absolutely. I get what you're saying. But
What would you? How would you guys like pre-negotiate? Would you like say over the course of the next week, or was it like a blanket? You can do this whenever, any time, or Did you guys have a safe word for if she truly was like, this really isn't a good time?
No, I mean, it kind of just became like, whenever you feel like it or whenever you do like, that's what's great about her body. Her body's a little like, listen, as long as the baby's sleeping, you got carte blanche and whatever you want, you know what I mean? Whatever you want to do. So it's cool, it's like everything from like, grab a knife and like maybe time point it to her throat, like everything. Like it's really like when you're able to release that stress. It was funny because like with her, it's the first person like where I've had like this amazing sex, and then afterwards I'm like, I think I'm gonna go write. I'm gonna go write a pilot now because like I've released all this stress and all this evil that now I'm able to just like unwind and then think about other things. You know what I mean? Like it's pretty cool, like in that sense. Yeah,
that's wild. I know we've been trying to figure out like a rape fantasy stuff. I've talked about it here and there because like I have a rape fantasy, but it's more of my girlfriend raping me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's very feminist. It's
No, you're so progressive.
It's disgusting.
It's disgusting.
I hate myself.
Yeah.
No, it's just the idea was like because I lean more subby. And
do you? Okay.
Yeah, I can switch, and that's the thing. It's like when you say like you choke a chick real fucking hard, I'd be like, I wish I had the ability to do that.
Yeah.
The entire time, I'm like, am I doing that right?
Yeah,
like, ugh, not sexy.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of getting taken advantage of, and so my girlfriend and I were trying to figure out like how do we follow through on that because I was like, I want to leave my apartment unlocked and have you come in maybe with a friend who's gonna like take pictures and like assist you.
Yeah.
And I just want you to come in while I'm sleeping and like do things to me. Maybe I wake up and like a butt plug's still in me, or like there's pictures on my phone for, when I wake up. But I don't want to wake up in the middle because if you wake up in the middle of your rape, it ruins it.
Right,
I would imagine.
Of course.
So I was thinking like, so we first thought, what if I roofie myself, text you as like I'm drifting off, so then I'm not going to wake up.
That's hilarious. You're going to put on like candles, like put it in a glass of wine. You're going to make like your own roofie, like a classy thing.
Oh, yeah. But then it led to the discussion of like, but where do you buy roofies?
Right.
Do you know? I don't know.
I just feel like you go up to any dude on Wall Street and he'll just have a bag. Like he just always has it on lock. Actually, They
have interns just for that.
I actually did a show last night at a comic club. There was like 20 Wall Street guys, and they were talking to like girls after the show. And one of them guy goes, "Hey, where's the roofie?" And they all like, like they all laugh. And I was like, I think they have it.
That contributes to rape culture.
Yes.
When you say, "Where's the roofie?" and all high five each other.
Yeah. Nobody felt awkward about that. They were all like, I was just sitting there like on my phone texting my girl, and I was just like, oh dear God, these guys are horrible. Yeah. They're all American psychos. Like that's, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah. And so it was weird because I thought like, I don't think you just hit up a drug dealer I don't think it's a normal drug dealer request. I refuse to believe that like your average date rapist is like a recreational chemist in his basement.
Right.
Like doing like a Breaking Bad spinoff of Breaking Consent or something.
Yeah, Breaking Consent.
So it's like, where do you?
Oh, that's horrible.
Where do you find it? So and then listener, thank God, I can't say her name or whatever, but thank you for suggesting it. But she said try like a heavy strain of weed, like something that will put like a downer type thing.
Yeah.
If you find the right one and the right amount, you'll feel like heavy.
Yeah.
So I may or may not be in and out of sleep, but also like she said, I'll want to. Like I won't want to move, and if I have to, I could, but I'll feel so heavy that I'll feel like I'm getting taken advantage of. It's like, ooh, that's even better.
Yeah.
I want to be conscious and almost helpless. And so now the goal is like when we feel...
You might be like under anesthesia, but still be aware kind of thing.
Kind of, yeah, kind of like... and then we were like, well, let's do something, now we got to shop for weed or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's amazing. That's cool. You're so... I like that.
I don't have... That's not my rape fantasy because it's like... I don't think it's like it just happens to be because I'm a little bitch. That's why I have a fantasy. I've tried to do the like fuck Paige while she's sleeping in a rapey way, and like I kind of pulled it off. Like I just like one night we were at our parents' house, and she was like drunk and she was on the couch, and we have a carte blanche on if you're whatever you want, whenever you want, unless you say something. So like I just went and like I stuck it in her ass, and then I'm like okay, I'm fucking a basically passed out woman. I'm gonna try to not feel weird about this because have you ever like fucked like a fleshlight or some sort of like inanimate object thing?
No, I've never like never I've never had like a fake pussy or anything like that.
Okay, So I had a couple sponsors that had things of that nature.
Okay.
So I've had to test them out.
Sure.
For science. And it's not that it felt bad on the dick. It felt bad. It felt weird in my mind, you know?
Your mind dick was like, I don't like this.
Yes, my mind dick was so that motor bunny, they have an attachment called the jiggle butt. I don't want to say the jiggle butt is bad, people. It felt fine. It's basically, so that normally where it has a dildo on it that you would ride. It's basically this very large prosthetic fleshlighty thing. It's like this big, and it's like a backside and then an ass, and it has like a pussy hole and an asshole hole, and you put it with lube, and it felt fine. Like my dick felt great fucking it. But the whole time I'm like, I'm fucking. You remember the Mike Cannon bit he would have? It's like, I'm fucking a thing. What is wrong with me?
Yeah.
And so that's how I felt fucking my
That's
girlfriend.
why you have no mirrors in this room, because you don't want to see yourself fucking this thing.
Right. So I'm fucking my girlfriend's ass, just being like, it's fine that she's not responding. This is okay. And then eventually she made like one noise. I instantly pulled up like, oh my God, did I hurt you?
Yeah.
It's like being the fake rapist is like not my strong suit.
So you like not saying that I don't like consent.
I
But
like consent. Yeah, I would hope that we all.
No, we all like consent, but you like to like make sure like she's with you, she's aware, she's with you, and everything like that. Like you never even question like, oh, I don't even want to like.
Well, I never question whether the sex was consensual. Is the type of thing I knew we had cleared because we both kind of would like to be taken advantage of. She also leans submit. We both can kind of switch, right? Yeah. But I do like in having sex. I like to know that they're having a good time.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I'm also the same way. Like, I need to make sure you're enjoying. As long as, like, as much as I want to take like control, I got to make sure that, like, you know, hey, are you having fun? Because I'm not gonna like.
Well, in that rapey scenario, I'm not thinking as much, but like, it would have been hotter for me if like she's awake and be like, yeah, fuck my ass, not like half drooling on her dad's couch.
I get it.
You know. One of my favorite parts of the show is thanking all of my sexy supporters on Patreon. I specifically want to give a big shout out this week to everyone who's been raising their pledges. That's been a big surprise to me this month. A lot of people, not just pledging their first time support on Patreon, but people who are raising their pledges from $1 or $2 to $5, raising their pledges from $4 or $5 to $10. Holy shit, people, you make me want to cry tears of joy. I got to make sure I use the right emoji for that one. But yeah, if you don't know what Patreon is, it's kind of like a monthly fan club subscription with Kickstarter-like rewards. So depending on what level you pledge at, you get different types of rewards. As I mentioned earlier during the intro, one of those rewards can be bonus episodes of the podcast. We've got $5 bonus episodes. We even have extra super special $10 bonus episodes. So if you can't get enough Man Whore podcasts in your life, consider making a pledge on Patreon. But for now, let me give a big old thank you to Jennifer C., SB, Lance S., Madeline B., Jazzo, Dave K., Jeff C., Justin C., Ramon F., Sarah S. and Sarah B., Prickly Peach, Lawrence B., Holly F., Greg A., Andrew R., Megan S., Ed B., Anna Super Slut, who recently enjoyed the Motor Bunny for the first time. Greg Y, Chris with a K, Sean N, Chris W, Toby T, Lauren M, Alex S, Emily S, Mark G, Charles A, Johnny S, Kyle R, Frank D, Jackie S, Rachel O, Doug R, Millie W, Michael P, Blake B, Swinging Daniele G, Stuart A, Jessica K, Peter S, Kenzie B, Brian W, Julia F, Danielle DP, Ashley C, Jeff Z, hey guys, we're getting there, Raphael R, Derek E, Catherine B, the sexual and sumptuous Lindsay Sin, Anthony G, Ben W, Chuck G, Todd B, Zilla T, Derek N, Kevin M, Brian F, TQ, Dervla, Dave P, Scott B, Dylan C, Alfredo A, Toby T, CJ K, Steve Dean, Daisy R, Julian D, and Party Planning Jacob S. Thank you all so very much for your support, and you too can become an official fan whore for just $1 a month. You get to receive all sorts of awesome rewards, and you can alter your pledge at any time. To do so, go to patreon.com/manwhorepodcast or download the Patreon app, and you can find me on there. That's Patreon, Patreon. Also, what's up, Canada? A lot of Canadian pledges happening recently. In the last month or two, getting a lot of pledges from the Canucks up north. Very much appreciated. Maybe they're like, oh, you know, they might be taking away his health care soon now with that Trump guy. We better throw in a few shekels. Very much appreciated. But now let's get back to Miguel.
I see. That's the thing. Like the older you get, the more you realize what you want. Like I like to think of myself almost like Tyler Durden in the bedroom. I wear like a fur coat with sunglasses and be like, I'm the fucking dude right now.
Oh man,
I'm the man. Like you know what I mean. But like that's how I like to be.
See, I get that mindset, but like when they're having fun, and I can tell it both from like their body reactions and like the noises they make.
Yeah.
That's when I go like, if I'm fucking someone from behind. I don't let people see this. I'm fucking face
Okay.
to face, but
Yeah,
if their
yeah.
face doesn't look
Yeah.
at me, I make a face of like, I'm pretty fucking cool.
Like yeah,
Go
fuck
me.
yeah.
I'm awesome.
That's good.
Yeah.
Give yourself like the whole like chest bump. Like yeah.
Yeah. I'll be like, I'm having sex with an insanely hot woman,
Yeah.
and no one in high school said I ever would.
Yeah.
You know?
Good for you.
So that's
good for you for
usually my
fucking
mindset.
outside your league. Well, I mean, you also it's also like with comedy comes this confidence a little bit. Like you know what I mean, you're like the alpha dog in the room, but you understand like hey, I got potential. I know what I'm worth. You
It's
know what I mean?
amazing how many points humor gets you.
Oh, get to
So many times
everywhere.
I'm like, are you sure you want to have sex with me? Like, I know you laughed and everything.
yeah.
But that should mean you want to hang out with me,
Yeah.
not that you want to like fuck me. But it's like, all right.
That was the weird thing about Amy. Amy might have been the first girl in a very long time who I didn't meet at a comedy club, who didn't see me perform first, and there was like, oh, what's up? Like it was like, oh man, I gotta be charming right now. Like she saw me when I had no superpowers. You know what I mean? That's what it was. She
Yeah,
saw me. And
you're just another guy.
I was just a dude who came in. I was just another dude, and that was what was like even more like, oh, she likes me for me. I don't have to be like on right now,
Right.
which is pretty cool.
That's fun. That's great, dude.
Yeah.
So, rape fantasies, blood stuff. Ugh, blood. Anything else that's pretty wild? You say she like fulfills basically everything.
Yeah. I mean, we even got like a strip pole at home, so she still like will get on it and do a couple of like songs for me and stuff like that. So
If comedy ever just takes a downturn and God forbid, just keeps those stripper skills.
hell, I would. I got on the pole as well. That's how I actually lost so much weight. Was I learned how to do pole tricks.
Really?
Yeah, we both get on it and like we'll do like 30 minutes where she'll put a couple songs and she'll teach me a couple moves on it. Honestly, if comedy fails, I am totally ready to Magic Mike this bitch. I am so ready for it.
The party has a stripper pole in it.
Oh, I would
So,
crush
y'all
it.
definitely need to come out
I
to
got a
one.
routine.
Just so I can be like, it's so funny. Miguel's on a stripper pole.
And then you'll be like, "Holy fuck, that dude's got
He's not
moves!"
bad.
Yeah. Oh, I wouldn't even disappoint. It wouldn't be like a jokey thing.
Right.
I would get on there like a fucking like a stripper.
I always feel silly. I just like run and I jump on and I swing.
no. I would. Yeah, I would. I have moves.
Nice, man. Nice.
Yeah.
What's the relationship with the ex-wife?
Right now, non-existent. But I am trying to. I'm trying to build a relationship with my son through the course. Like I'm trying to like get visitation, do everything because right now.
Do you not? You have no visitation?
No.
That's it?
It's like I was very foolish and I signed contracts without reading. I was very stupid.
Oh, man.
Again, going through just this divorce, I gotta get out of here. And she snuck in some things that really screwed me over. However, now having consistent income, a better place, job. I'm close. I'm in Philly now,
Mm-hmm.
so I'm actually going to court March 30th to try and get a regular visitation for my son and get everything in order because it's been about a year and a half where seeing him has been on her terms and it's been very like, you can see him next week for like an hour. And I'm like, I haven't seen my son I've been, so now I want to make sure that it's every month, 2 weekends. I'll get off the road and I'll figure it out because seeing my little one grow up, it makes me even sadder that I'm missing this time with my oldest one. So I need to mend that bond, which will be some work, but I'm willing to put in the work because, my father never fought for me.
Yeah.
He kind of just threw me off. I was like, whatever. And I'm not going to have him feel that same way. I know what it's like to be abandoned, so I can't do that to him. Not that I can't, I won't.
Yeah.
I mean, I won't.
Well, good luck to you, man.
Thank you, man.
Good luck to you in March. Thanks for coming on the show, dude. This was great.
Dude, no problem.
If people want to see you, unlike myself, you are on the road quite often.
Yeah.
So like you can actually go see you in a lot of places. Where can people find you online to see your show dates? You also have a comedy album.
Yeah, my album's called Thank You, That's My Time. It's on iTunes. It's on, Spotify, Pandora, wherever you want to find it. You go to my website, migueldalmau.com. There's some dates on there. I'll be in Harrisburg, PA, February 10th and 11th. And then April 6th to 9th, I'll be in the Funny Bone in Toledo, Ohio.
Headlining?
Featuring and headlining in Harrisburg, featuring in
At the Funny Bone.
At the Funny Bone Toledo for Guy Torrey. So I'll be around more with the Funny Bone. That's usually where I work with. So yeah.
That's awesome, dude. And anything else? I think I've covered all the things.
Yeah, man.
You know?
It was a good talk. It's nice catching up like this.
It is always nice.
Yeah.
You're one of the few people I feel like I've known the longest who
Yeah.
I Like actually to have talked to?
From the trenches. That's what it is.
From the trenches, from that stoop outside of Eastville.
Exactly.
All right. Well, thanks, man. Why don't you feel free to say goodbye to the people?
Hey, bye, people. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening.
Later. I had so much fun catching up with my good friend Miguel Dalmau. Always a good time seeing him. Always a fun conversation. Again, check out his comedy album. You can buy it on iTunes. You can stream it on Spotify. It's called Thank You, That's My Time. I've listened to it myself. It's really good. He's a very funny comedian. And you know what? Say hello to him. You know, we like hearing from you. We like to know, anytime someone tweets about a particular episode you do, or they send an email about like your appearance on someone's show, it means a lot to us because it goes like, oh, wow, someone's actually listening. A lot of times us comics, like we'll do podcasts and we don't know how many people listen when you're on someone else's show. So let Miguel know that you heard him. Shoot him a tweet at Miguel Dalmau. That's MiguelDalmau. I spell it for you in the show notes. Shoot him a tweet. Put me in there as well at the Billy Presida. Use the hashtag ManWhorePodcast and let us know what you thought about this week's episode. And if you want to say something to me privately, maybe a little longer than 140 characters, you can send me an email with your comments, your questions, your booby pictures to manwhorepod@gmail.com. Join the conversation with your fellow fan whores on the Man Whore Podcast subreddit. There are individual comment threads for every episode, and I also like to post pictures and announcements and links to articles that I'm quoted in. You can even start a thread yourself. For all you Redditors, that's r/manwhorepodcast. And last but certainly not least, please show your support for me and the work that I'm doing on Patreon. I've quit my day job to commit to you. I hope in turn you will commit to me. Head on over to manwhorepod.com, click the Patreon banner on the side, or download the Patreon app and find me on there. That's Patreon, Patreon. For all you marchers, take a couple days off. You've earned it. You deserve it. And then we're going to get right back to it because, hey, there's a lot of shit left to do. So rest up, fight the power, stay slutty.